Okay, Orange is the New Black. It just kicked off its second season on Netflix, and to much of the delight of critics and the show's millions of fans that they have.
Yeah, we told you about the show before its popularity exploded. Check out this Morning Blend Rewind. We're taking you back to July for this one.
Well, Orange is the New Black, and that's not a fashion tip, it's the name of a new series on Netflix based on a true story that led to a popular book. Well, joining us to tell us about the show are its stars, Taylor Schilling and Piper Kerman, who wrote the book and lived out the true story. Taylor Schilling and Piper Kerman, good morning. How are you?
We're great. Good morning, Mike.
Let's talk about that. The orange in the title of the show, it's the color of a prison jumpsuit. Piper, talk about that experience that the series is based on.
The series Orange is the New Black is an adaptation of my book Orange is the New Black, and there was a period in time when I wore that prison jumpsuit. I spent a year in federal prison from 2004 to 2005. I was sent to prison for a 10-year-old drug offense from my early 20s. And after I came home, I wrote the book to try and depict this very, very hidden world of life in a women's prison.
Yeah, and Taylor, we know you from roles. Argo is one, The Lucky One. What drew you to this role?
Oh, I was so, I read the script and I was initially really struck that it was Jenji Cohen's new project. I'm such a fan of Weeds, and I really enjoy her work. But once I read it, I was so struck by the fact that it was one based on a true story, and I was familiar with the book. And also, it was such a dynamic female character that was really in the middle of her own story, and really it was about her discovering herself and less in reaction to outside, men or other people in her life. And I was so excited. I was so excited about the part, and I really wanted to do whatever I could to get involved with the project.
Yeah, when you talk about playing that role, your face lights up. But tell us about the rest of the cast. Who else is in it?
Yeah. Well, it's an incredible cast, and really Piper's story just sort of gets us into the prison, and it's one viewpoint, it's one lens that we can see prison life through consistently throughout the season. But really, the heart of the show is the other prisoners and getting to know this really diverse group of women of every shape and size and color and orientation, people that we don't normally see on television, and really getting to look intimately at their lives and what brought them to prison, how they're treated when they're in prison, and really explore that.
Yeah, the show really brings each of these characters forward and shows us so much about her, and so I think that different viewers will find different people in the show who they might be surprised that they identify with.
Yeah, Piper, what was it like watching Taylor play you? And then Taylor, what's it like for you to play a real-life person? Was it difficult?
I met Taylor on set when they were shooting the first episode. The show shoots here in New York City, which is where I live, so I was very, very lucky to be able to come and visit the set. And I watched Taylor shooting, a sort of complicated scene, which is really drawn from real life, and it was just a thrill. I was so happy.
Yeah, Taylor, was it difficult to play a real person, especially when she's sitting there watching you?
Well, I felt like I admired Piper a lot, and I admired what she'd been through. So I really felt like, I wanted to be respectful of the real experience. And what Jenji did at the beginning, which really lightened my load and really helped me get into the process, was to say that we were creating a fictional character, and Piper Chapman, my character is separate than Piper Kerman. So and especially as the series went on, I drew more from life, but sort of we got into it by saying this is a fictional character, and it's an inspiration,
Yeah.
When you watch the show, you see that Piper Chapman's story diverges a great deal from my true life story, which is great and fascinating.
All right, thanks for your time this morning. Look for Orange is the New Black premiering today on Netflix. Again, thanks for your time. I think we just showed that just so we could say, we told you so. It'd be a big hit.
You love being right.
People really like it.